Hi, it's Lindsay from Remax Jazz. Thanks for tuning in to another segment of my Friday morning coffee. This is my opportunity every week to inform the people from Whitby to Bowmanville and upwards to the Brooklyn area on what's happening in our community for real estate. Now, this segment is titled "The Importance of Hiring an Experienced Real Estate Buyer Agent." So in a real estate transaction, you've got two agents. You've got a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. So the seller's agent obviously represents the seller. And the thing that I find fascinating over the last 25 years is it's not unusual for a seller to say, well, I'm interviewing three real estate agents and I'm going to pick the best one. You rarely hear a buyer saying, I'm going to interview a couple of buyer's agents. They just assume that everybody does the same thing. It's not a good assumption to make, really. And I'll explain why. In the last 7 days, if you look at a little snapshot of where our market is, if you're a buyer out there in the last 7 days, there's been 137 firm sales in our community. 24 of those 137 sales, or 18%, sold for full asking price or sold for more than asking price. So which means that they got into bidding wars and competition. So that means that 1 in 5 buyers were forced into a situation where they were competing with another offer or maybe another 2 offers. So if there's 24 houses that sold in competition, that means there was at least 48 offers on those properties, which means 24, maybe 30 or 40 buyers tried to buy the house and were unsuccessful and ended up walking away really disappointed. And I think what I want to do is maybe help you with a little bit of information on how you can make it so that if you get into that situation, you might have some tools to use. Now, I had a situation happen in the last couple of weeks. I put a house on the market. I was representing the seller. The day it hit the market, showing started at noon, but 11 o'clock I got a call from an agent who said that she had an offer. And I said, well, have you even been through the house? She said, no, my buyer just saw it online, on your pictures online, liked what she saw, and we've done an offer. So we covered the offer, the sellers and myself. Didn't really seriously consider it because the buyer hadn't been through. But you know what's interesting? Not even a showing. She's already dropped the price by $15,000 before when she submitted the offer. Just no chance of that offer flying. So I wonder how that advice kind of came to be. Now, 2 days later, we had competition. We had multiple offers. And the 2 offers were like as far apart as you can imagine. One of them was dramatically under market value and asking price, asking for things that the seller wasn't prepared to give up. The offer that took it was $200 over asking price. This is very fascinating. Really short condition. She'd had her buyer pre-qualified. The agent had her buyer pre-qualified. They offered basically everything that the seller wanted plus a couple $100. Guess which offer took it? Sure, the one that was a little bit higher. Great advice. I looked at the offer and I thought this agent knows exactly what they're doing. So if you look at what strengthens an offer when you're in competition, number one is pricing. You have to remember that when you're doing an offer and you're in competition, you've got to give your best offer because in most cases you don't get a second shot. You don't get an opportunity to up the offer. They're going to take one or the other. Closing date. Are you offering what the seller's looking for a closing date? If you are, it helps your offer. Again, if there's 2 offers side by side, they both have the same price. One has perfect closing date for the seller and one has one that's, say, 3 months difference. They're going to take the perfect closing date. In fact, I've even seen offers of less money buy the house because they've offered things that the buyer wanted. So let's say that 2 offers came in, both at $200,000, and or rather, one offer came in at $200,000, one offer came in at $195,000. The $195,000 is the perfect closing date. The $200,000 has a weird closing date. I've seen sellers take the lower amount because they get the closing date they want. How about your conditions? Are they short? Are you pre-qualified? Do you have any weird conditions in there that might affect your offer? Again, remember, they're going to judge your offer by the conditions and the inclusions. Are you asking for anything that the seller's not prepared to give up? That may cause them to go to one of the other offers. So those are some of the reasons how you can strengthen your offer. It's no different than when you're trying to buy a house and you're not in competition. You got to create a strategy and you got to somehow come up with an idea of how are we going to try to get the best value on this. A lot of agents just get excited and just go with whatever the buyer says, well, I want to try this. Well, sometimes it's better to create a strategy. Maybe take things out of the offer in the beginning and then insert them as you go along to try to increase the closing date, decrease the price, whatever you're trying to do. It's a little bit of a strategy game. I hope this is of value. If you've got any questions, give me a call at the office, or you can just get me through my email at soldbylindsay.com. Have a good day.